Alrighty, it's time for another episode of On My Way to Work, where I talk to you about my journey of self-actualization through being a manager. Today, we're going to talk about store culture versus performance results, because that is the current theme that my store manager is working on with all of the management team. So really, over the last year, we had a brand new manager who has been amazing for our store. And for his first year, he really just focused on, is the store functioning? Do we know what tasks that need done? Are they getting done? Are people communicating about getting them done? Can we just run a store? Because really the store was not functioning prior. There was no consistent leadership, no consistent expectations, no consistent results. There were all kinds of metrics that we were supposed to be meeting that were simply not being met because no one was prioritizing them. So, made it through the first year of just, can we run a store well? And we can. And that's awesome. And so, now we're working on store culture where the goal is for people to have fun at work. Are people enjoying their job? Do people feel relaxed and not super duper over stressed out about the tasks they have to do? Obviously, there are tasks to do. We're open 24/7. There will always be things to finish or get ahead on, etc. But our store manager's goal is that we're getting those things done in a way that is fun, relaxed, that nobody feels like it's all on them or that they're going to get yelled at if something doesn't get done. Prior to our new manager, there was definitely a culture of blaming other shifts, complaining about this, that, and the other thing not getting done, and not helping each other out, and if you didn't get something done, you were an awful person. And our store culture has moved very far away from that, but there are still lingering ideas of especially for me, I have to be perfect, I have to make sure every single task gets done or I'm not a good manager. If I don't get everything done, the next manager is going to be mad at me, stuff like that. And really, I haven't worked in a very long time and had someone come in and be mad that something wasn't done. There will be times where my store manager will be a little bit stern and be like, hey, this needs done. This needs to be getting done. Make sure people get this done. But it's never blaming. It's never putting down. It's never, putting stress on me. My store manager is really good at communicating in a way that is simply just stating facts of, this is important, it needs done. And not making it personal, not making it, directed at me as if it's all about me. So, however, that's something that I struggle with anyway, where I will blame myself for everything, make myself feel bad. I will take on these feelings of guilt for things that are not remotely my responsibility, my fault, or even in my control. And so, really, the fact that my store manager is focusing on these things is helping me work on these things internally. Another one of the things he's having me work on is managing conflict. And as I start to confront the conflict I experience, I'm realizing that most of that conflict is inside of me, that most of the conflict I experience is imagined conflict. I often imagine that people are going to be mad at me, that people are going to be upset with me, that people are going to be mean to me and put me down, but it never actually happens. But I still walk around as if it's going to happen, and so I still experience those things. And that's a common symptom of verbal abuse. And I was definitely verbally abused as a child. Maybe not in the extreme ways that one might imagine, but I was just not given encouragement or uplifted or allowed space to make mistakes and grow. I was put down for every little thing that I did. I was expected to know things I couldn't possibly know. And that really messed with my head. And so, really, this whole journey of learning to deal with conflict and create a positive, non-stressful store culture is making me deal with the stress I put on myself inside, because I allow the voices of those people that spoke into my life negatively to still be present in my mind when those people aren't even there and there's no actual conflict going on. So that's a theme I've been focusing on lately. When I feel stress inside of myself, I try to remind myself that there is no conflict. There's no conflict going on. There's no one yelling at me. There's no, physically, no one is standing around being mad at me. And that was how I felt a lot as a child, that everyone was mad at me, everything was my fault, that if someone wasn't happy, I should have done better, that I should have made them feel better, that I should have changed myself so that they were happier. And so I still struggle to just be confident in who I am and the decisions I make, because of that perception that if I could change myself, everyone would be happier. And really, my decisions and actions are not the cause of anyone's happiness or sadness. We, all as humans, choose how we respond to situations. We can respond in a way that makes us feel like everything is awful and bad, or we can respond realistically that there are ways to move forward, things will get better, we can work this out, we can fix this. We choose how to respond to negative situations. And so, I'm not the cause of anyone else's happiness, and no one else should be the cause of mine. And so really, those are the themes that my store manager is working on with us at work, and how those are affecting me inside. This whole journey to be a manager has been me figuring out if I can overcome my insecurities and flaws enough so that I can lead people effectively, and honestly keep moving up that managerial ladder and just see where I can go. How far can I go? How much can I grow? How much can I improve? How far can I overcome my childhood fears and flaws and insecurities? And obviously, not everyone that is in a management role is dealing with all those things. Some people just know how to lead people and know how to speak up for themselves, or learn how to do it at a young age, and that's awesome. And sometimes I'm totally jealous of those people. But this is me, and this is what I'm working on, and this is the context that God has given me to work on these things. In spite of my struggles and my flaws and my insecurities, I still am in an environment where I feel successful, I feel supported, I feel encouraged. I feel like I have space to grow without fear that I'm going to lose my job or ruin my family's income. And so that's amazing. I feel like I work with real people that care, not just a bunch of people with inhumane expectations and all that kind of stuff. So I really am in a healthy environment to grow. I do work overnights, and that has been really interesting to adapt to, but ultimately it's been good. I've met some really amazing people that I'm learning from. I'm learning from my employees, and honestly, we all share some mental health issues, and sometimes our shift feels like it's one big group therapy session. We joke with each other, we talk about our issues, and we get our job done. And so it's been really healthy. One of the things I'm learning from one of my employees is just how to joke with other employees and customers. I've always been so afraid to make jokes and have any type of confidence or security in how I talk to people, but I'm really learning that joking with people is a way to make both of you feel comfortable, and even to address serious things in a way that's lighthearted, that people will be able to understand better. So that's been a huge part of my personality. That has been an amazing transformation for me. Obviously, I'm not on the same level as maybe my store manager or this employee that I'm learning how to joke from. But those people are helping me get out of my shell and really have these new aspects to my personality where I'm able to be authentic and vulnerable and connect with people. I've always known how to be kind to people, but I've never known how to like build authentic, growing connections with people, other than the occasional one-on-one friendship. And so I'm really working towards a place where I can be that manager that gets along with everybody, has a good rapport with everybody, makes everyone feel valued, even while correcting things and keeping people on the right path. And those are hard life skills. Most people that end up in management don't do those things well. I'm hugely blessed that my store manager knows how to do all those things. He knows how to care for people, but also run an efficient store and not be like too soft on people. It's really a perfect balance, and it's a balance that is allowing me to grow, albeit ever so slowly. So I'm really happy with where I'm at. So if you're someone who's also working through these kinds of things as an adult, I hope that you're getting something out of this chat, and feel free to leave me comments or contact me with how this is helping you, or maybe more things you'd like to hear about from my management journey. This is Ruth signing off from On My Way to Work.